I'm good, thanks, Owen.
Yeah,
How you going, mate? Yeah, cool, cool,
yeah,
cool. Thanks very much for joining us again.
no problem. Pronoun da. That's
Yeah,
afternoon in well. So there we are.
yeah,
How are
afternoon,
things over there?
mate. We're going good. We had a massive earthquake. I don't know if you
No.
if you heard, but yeah, we had a massive earthquake last Saturday evening, about 11:30. Yeah, big, really big
Wow.
one. Yeah, so that was quite
Everybody
scary, actually. Yeah,
all right?
yeah. Like, I think there was like minor damage. No one died, fortunately, but I think there was some minor damage to like places around the most seriously affected areas, and that kind of like walls collapsing and that kind of stuff.
Did
But
you hear or feel it? Did you hear it
mate,
at all?
feel it, bloody hell, you should have. If you go to the Facebook Epic group, there's like a live feed. I did like a live show with a guy playing a remote game. And
Right.
it happened like 15 minutes into the game. And basically, I was here holding my beer glass in one hand, holding the camera stand in the other hand, because the thing that the house was shaking so violently that things were just falling off the shelves, smashing on the ground. Yeah,
Wow.
it was the most violent earthquake I've felt in Japan since I've been here for like 7 years now. So yeah, it's
Wow. Do you get them? Are they common there then? Or
You get about 300 earthquakes a year in Japan, but they'll rate from like very very minor ones that you don't feel to like really serious ones. Like they sort of fluctuate from different sizes and the intensity of each one of them, and it depends on which location they're in as well. So maybe you don't feel them if they're in the southern part or northern part or whatever. But yeah, we're in the Ring of Fire, which is quite a adapt name, really, isn't it? The Ring of Fire. I think it's a Johnny
yeah,
Cash song, isn't it?
yeah.
But
Or
yeah.
it's linked to the day after a curry. I think. You know. So,
After a hot curry like I had, which is tonight, yeah, which I'm going to suffer from later on, I'm sure. But yeah, the Ring of Fire, we're in, yeah. So it's a quite a volatile area of the world, unfortunately. So that's one of the
God,
things you just got to live with, mate. If you live here, yeah, you got to live with the volcanoes.
incredible. Well, I'm glad you're okay anyway.
Yeah, that's the
So,
main thing.
so hey, tell me what news? The Crown of Command headquarters. Now that it's
mate,
still
mate,
standing.
the Hero Hammer magazine. I do promise
Wow.
people it's going to come very soon. I did show you a glimpse of what your article looks like there, Owen. So, mate,
Yeah.
we're on the cusp of releasing it now.
On
So, yeah, on the cusp,
on the
the
cusp.
cusp of the Ring of
Yeah,
Fire. We're
yeah, on
almost
the
there.
cusp of fire. Yeah, indeed, indeed. What better place to be?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good.
So if people
Well
were
done.
doubting, thinking this thing would never ever come out, it is coming out. It's just been more work than anybody could ever realize, and it's all on the shoulders of one particular individual, and that's Angel in Spain. He's a lovely man. I've never spoken to him in person, but I know he's a really really nice guy, and he's got a family like we do, and he's got kids, and he's got a full time job, and he's got this on top of that. So I don't think he really understood.
Oh, I've
I don't
lost you,
think.
Josh. I don't know where you've stopped there. Unfortunately.
Have I really? Is it the Ring of Fire playing up
Oh,
again? I'm back again.
oh, oh, he's back again. Oh,
I'm back.
sorry.
Okay, that's good. It's
Oh,
talk about this Hero Hammer magazine. It's sort of disrupted everything,
yeah.
but even the computer's shocked. But yeah, it's coming out very soon. I think maybe Monday or Tuesday. I think it will come out. Yeah.
Wow. Well, good luck to you and Angel. That's really good. That's a massive achievement, and I'm sure everyone will be really pleased to see that. That's great. That's great news.
Yeah, I think for
Have
the
you
whole
managed to get?
team, yeah, I think for the whole team, I think everybody will be really proud of what we're going to achieve in doing this. I think, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you will. It's going to be fab. Have you played any games lately? Or
I did. I played the Epic Space Marine game last Saturday, and I got
yeah.
absolutely whipped big time. It was a really fun game. I played against a guy who's also from England, and he hadn't played a game for about 12 months because he's been in this huge lockdown, of course, in the UK. And I've been in
Mhm.
contact with him just through correspondence with like buying stuff for Manor War and buying stuff for Epic Space Marine. He sounded like a really nice guy, and I said, "Look, mate, you want a game? You want to play a game?" He said, "Oh yeah, it'd be awesome." And so we had a game, and he's a really, really nice guy. So that's Ardeep in London. He's a really, really nice man. So if he ever listens to this,
Okay.
um,
Cool.
thank you again for your wonderful, uh, you know, for allowing me to buy some bits and pieces for my epic collection, Manor War collection, and having a game with me. So it's really good. How about yourself, man? You've been doing some solo plays, yeah?
Yeah, I have. But was that the game that was interrupted by the earthquake? It was like an orbital strike because
This is the orbital strike. This is the squat colossus firing its rocket missile launches or something at me or whatever. But yeah,
yeah. No, yeah, I've been myself. I've been doing some solo gaming. You may have seen I put up a couple of videos of I sort of dipped my hand into this like sort of playthrough videos, and I've done a bit with Rangers of Shadow Deep, which is a really nice game. I've really enjoyed that. It's been a real pleasure. I created a party. I've made a background to the party. I've given them all identities, and I've played through the first 2 missions, and on my own in the conservatory in the pouring down rain, with a heater blowing and all that sort of thing. But all in all, I've tried to give a nice running commentary. I mean, it's just me, isn't it? Which is kind of bizarre, but it just feels as if the viewers are there. So you're trying to be entertaining as well as learning the game. And yeah, it's gone really well. I mean, both those videos are up under Adventures at the Time Between Times with Owen Staten. That's a little channel I've started alongside my storytelling channel. So if anyone wants to watch them and give me some feedback on those, I mean, literally, I'm just, sort of dipping my toe in this. I've not done it before, but everyone seems to be enjoying them. So yeah, it's good. But we'll have to get together and do a little online game as well, so you can see exactly what's going on and play as well, because it's really good fun.
Yeah, mate.
And,
anytime you want to do it, I'd love to do it. Sorry, yeah, yeah. If you want to do it with me, mate, yeah, I'd love to do it. Yeah, the Rangers or whatever, Oathmark, or what's the other one that you got there that I haven't played?
We played Frostgrave.
Saga, the Saga.
Yeah.
What's it called? Age of Magic. That one? Yeah, that one. I'll be interested to see what that's like.
That's good.
Yeah, anything you want to do, mate? That's cool, man. Yeah.
With my son as well, I played a couple of games of Warcry, which would be nice. And the New Games Workshop, that's a really good game as well, Warcry, and that would be a nice one to do online.
Yeah.
That would be easy. It's really straightforward. It's about half an hour, which is great.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's played a couple of games of that, and he's working through a campaign, and I'm just literally, I'm just being the road bump for him, really. But he's working his way through that, and we're really enjoying that. That's been good. I've done a bit of painting, as you can see. As I've told you, I've carried on with my my Lizardmen army.
Cool.
That is the Stegodon I've done. I was really pleased with the color scheme until somebody said, "Oh, you painted Barney." Barney. So I thought, oh yeah, great, best laid plan and all that. It's yeah, so it'd be forever be bad.
Yeah.
So, and I finished a big unit of Taurus as well, which are all ready to go.
Wow, mate, you've been bloody busy.
So yeah, they're coming along. I bought some mainly for the Rangers of Shadow Deep, but I bought some of the WizKids dungeon plans, which are really nice. You can build a load of dungeon rooms and caverns and things like that. So I'm hoping to use those in Shadow Deep as we go a bit further, so we can do some dungeon-based adventures and stuff like that as well. So that's really good. So yeah, all in all, it's been really, really nice. And also, I've been experimenting with. I've been magnetizing all the bases for the Lizardmen so I can transport them easily. So yeah, just doing things a bit more in depth than I normally would on a painting side, because I'm usually just a bit of a gamer and just do that sort of stuff. So it's been really nice to actually get in there and spend a bit more time on stuff, because all we've got is time at the moment. It's quite difficult. We're almost 2 months into this lockdown now, I think. Yeah, if not longer, almost 3 months. So yeah, things have been hard. Things have been hard, but it's been really nice to get on there and do the videos and stuff. So I've really enjoyed that. It's been great. And I've got some skinks to do. So I'm going to paint some stinks over the next couple of weeks. Some stinks. So I'll get those done.
I've just got around the IP of the Game Switcher IP there, mate. That's very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
The stinkers. Yep.
I've also been I've been painting some Native American warriors for Warlords of Erewhon, which is, I don't know if you've heard of that. It's a Rick Priestley done, and they released a Mythic Americas starter set. So I've been painting some Sasquatches and some warriors for that as well. So they've come out well. So I'm just looking forward to getting back on the table really, and get gaming again. But could be a little while yet. So let's carry on with the solo stuff and the online stuff, you know. But
Cool.
the Shadow Deep has been funny, really, because it's amazing how the universe works. You know, I've created these characters, and some of the characters are brilliant, and some of them are awful, and it's nothing to do with what I've created. It's just what the dice has given them. Like, I thought it'd be really cool to give the main hero character this hunting dog called Mech there, which is Welsh for lightning, you know. And I thought, oh, he's so cool, and I painted up the model for him, and he's died in the first turn of both games.
I felt really sad about that dog then when he died. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. But
Terrible.
people just sort of get off. I had Justin, my friend. He commented yesterday. And he just said, "You need a new dog, mate." You know, right? I felt really bad, but and I've also got like a healer character, and she's died in the first day in both games as well. So it's been a bit of an adventure, you know, how these things happen. But yeah, really enjoyable, really enjoyable. Yeah, so what about yourself? Yeah. Any Warhammer action?
Well, on let's see, Tuesday. It's a couple of days away. We're going to have a massive 4,000 point game. We're going to have 3 guys up here. We have 3 guys, some Thai food curry for lunch, and we're going to play a massive Warhammer 5th edition battle between the 4 of us. So, like, you know, two guys on one side, 2 guys on the other. We're going to have Dark Elves and Skaven against High Elves and Empire. So, yeah.
Well, that sounds great. That sounds great. Are you gonna film that?
I'm going to try to film it like with my phone. It's not going to be streamed or anything like that. So it'll be like, you know, 1080p, top quality, edited and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I'm going to attempt to film it. It's going to be quite a big challenge because it's with 4 players. Usually with 2 players, it's not so bad. With 4 players, it's kind of a little bit more sort of, you know, well, it's sort of spread across 4 people, so it might be difficult to capture everything in the game. But if I can capture between the majority of what happens in the action and during the course of the battle, that'll be enough. So we'll see how we go. But I'm sure I can capture most of what's happening during the game, the most key points anyway, or sort of like a recap of each turn, maybe.
Are you using your dwarf army, the one that I used when we played?
No, I'm using the Skaven, mate. My Skaven.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, the Skaven.
I was going to say, I feel a certain ownership to those dwarfs now, and I don't know if I want to give them to anybody else, you know. But as using the Skaven, then okay, that's okay. You know? And what's left of them, obviously. What's left?
Yeah, what's left of them? Yeah, there's not much left of them now, but there'll be a few nasty surprises in that Skaven army when I reveal it, because we're doing the drafting, so the magic items are drafted. So it's 2,000 points basically of characters and troops. So there's no magic items in that.
Okay.
I won't divulge exactly what I've got on my list, just in case somebody of those 2 people who are opposing me on that day will find out exactly what I'm taking, because one of them is going to be a bit of a surprise. So they're going to be a bit of a shock and awe value, I think, when I put that on the table. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
You told me you were an uncompetitive gamer. Yeah. You told me you weren't competitive.
I'm playing Skaven. What can I say? I mean, you know, they're the most treacherous bastards of them all, aren't they? You know. Yeah.
Are you playing a certain scenario, or are you just playing a straight pitch battle?
We'll play a straight pitch battle. We just randomly generate the terrain. Now, what we're going to do in inclusive of that is going to be using these strategy cards, which I have, and with the help of a few of the other guys, have developed. These special cards, basically, we'll deal them out. We'll get like 4 cards each side, and they will, as the name suggests, allow you to play them during particular parts of the battle. So maybe they'll give you like a little buff. So maybe they give you some kind of ability where you can re-roll a failed leadership roll, for example. Okay, or maybe they allow you to do some espionage before the battle. So they just add a little bit extra to the game that's just not in the Warhammer game at all. I love having cards in games. I don't know if you're the same, Owen, but I love have these cards where like, think of Blood Bowl 3rd edition, where you had like the Death Zone expansion, we had all these cards that you could play during the game, and it would affect the game. Okay, it might break the game, but these cards that we're using for the Warhammer battle only give some really sort of very small buffs or effects to the game. Nothing permanent usually, but if they have any sort of detrimental effects, it's only very minor. So it's just something that just added a bit of added flavor to our matches. So we're going to play test those, and if they're successful, we're going to release them. Dave has already made the templates for those, so they look like official Games Workshop cards. So if they're successful, I'm going to tweak the rules a little bit here and there in play testing, and then they'll be released in the fanzine, maybe in the issue 2. We hope for that. So yeah, that'd be quite cool.
That sounds really good, actually. It's nice to bring something a little bit different in there, isn't it? It's nice to have that. And I can always remember playing Blood Bowl, those early games of Blood Bowl, where you'd have the opponent's cards there, and you'd just be dreading what he'd have for you. You knew that you'd have a straight run to the try line, and as you're running in there, you just knew we'd have slip or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy would just fall over. Like the most frustrating things in the world. But yeah, and that will. That adds a little something to it, and that's a really nice idea, actually, just to have someone have that something a little bit different that you're not expecting, which would be really nice. So it's Dark Elves and Skaven against Empire and Dwarves. Is that right?
Empire and High Elves.
Oh, sorry, there's no Dwarves. Okay, and you're using the Skaven.
I'm using the Skaven.
So what are we expecting to see on the Empire and High Elf side then? Do we know? Or
well, my scouts haven't revealed anything. My gutter runners haven't revealed any sort of news as such. But I'm thinking they're going to be spearmen for the High Elves, archers, sword masters, Phoenix Guard. I don't think there's going to be any chariots. I don't think it'll be any. There'll be like repeater bolt throwers, I'd imagine, and a 4th level mage, no doubt.
No.
Now for the Empire, they will have 1 unit of dwarves, because Justin asked me if he can borrow one of my dwarf units. So I'm expecting some crossbowmen in the dwarves. For the other stuff for the Empire, I'm expecting a steam tank, cannon, mortar, knights, like Reiksguard knights, because it's basically a Reiksguard army, or Reiksguard, I should say. Reek is something bad, isn't it? It's like a bad smell. So Reiksguard army. So Reiksguard knights, Reiksguard foot knights, some muskets or handgunners, whatever they're called, handgunners, and a wizard, no doubt. So yeah, I think it'd be sort of a good, even, fairly non-competitive, line of troops. I think our armies are very well balanced. They're not sort of really power gamey kind of lists, really. Yeah, we're sort of more friendly, having a good fun time game, few beers here and there, a few whiskeys or whatever, and and a curry thrown in half time.
Right, yeah. Hopefully not leading back to the Ring of Fire.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows what that kind of effect would have on you? But we're hoping for a really good day. It's been really beautiful. The weather here's been fantastic, man. It's been 20 degrees here today, 21 tomorrow. So it's going to be like really nice and warm, and yeah. So we're heading into spring. Are you guys still? Is it still snowing over there?
No, it's not snowing, but it's been raining, really, pouring down with rain and wet and damp and just grey all the time, which isn't the best. But yeah, it's going okay. The buds of spring are coming. It's March next week or just after, so we'll get there, and hopefully we'll let the weather really improve here. But yeah, it's good hobby weather. I mean, if you got someone to play with, which is the only thing. The only thing I used to love planning sort of multiplayer games, but they just used to seem to take forever, sometimes. But is it something you're doing all day, or is it just an evening game?
I think we can get this done. If they arrive around about 10 o'clock, I think we'll be finished by 4 p.m.
Oh, right. Just an all-day affair.
Pretty much an all-day affair. Yeah. So,
oh, lovely. Oh, that's good.
That's good, though. That's good, really, man. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. You're making me really jealous now. That sounds great. It sounds really really good to have people over and play a game like that, and what a game as well. Some quality armies there as well, and some really nicely painted stuff, and just some good players, like you say, not overly competitive. A couple of
No.
beers, a curry. There's no better days are there for. Well, there are, but not for men like us. Yeah. That's something that I look forward to. I almost feel like coming over myself. That'd be great.
Yeah, maybe awesome.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
one day.
One day
It
for
would
sure,
be.
mate. One day for sure. Yeah. But
That's
how about
fine.
you? How about you and Justin? How about you and Justin? Are you sort of planning some kind of remote game at all in the future?
Yeah, well, it's difficult because I've got a feeling that hopefully, fingers crossed, in about a month, maybe the local gaming places will be open. And then we can get together and have a game. I don't think either of us are that technologically minded. I know that he is. He's enjoying his painting at the moment. He's doing a Dogs of War 5th Army, so shout out
Oh,
to him,
wow.
5th edition
Cool.
Army. And he'll go all in on that, and it will be really nice. And I'm planning on doing a little campaign, a sort of Lustria-based campaign with an invading Dogs of War treasure hunter army and my lizard men. And I will, in the future, I'll tell you the story of the lizard men. I started thinking about some characters and some of the items they have and some of their background. So I'll let you know all of that. And that's maybe something we could do. We could film a little bit of those games, about that, how we're going to do that, what we're going to do with it, what the story's going to be, how everyone's going to interact. He's got some ideas for his army, which are really interesting. So just watch this space. Hopefully by the next time we speak, I'll have some more skinks and things to show you. But I think it'll, in the future, we will definitely see some old school stuff. And I was really inspired. I listened to the podcast you did a couple of weeks ago with the fella from Poland. Was it Piotr? Was it? You have to excuse me if
I call him Peter, but
I can't remember.
I call him Peter because I think it's Piotr. Yeah, but I'm going to butcher that name. I'm going to butcher it. Yeah.
It's that event they've got going there, that Old Hammer event out there, was something that really sort of inspired me to maybe it's something we could do later on. It's been Justin's 50th birthday going back last month, and I made a promise that we'd go away somewhere and do something, and that because in the past we've been to San Antonio in Texas, as you know, a couple of times. We've been to Memphis, Tennessee. So I wonder if that would be an option for us, if that goes ahead this year, to maybe go out there, or there's the Bring Out Your Lead when, in England as well, which we could do. But I definitely want us to have some really good armies ready for when events start, springing up again. And maybe that's something I could do to give you a hand as well. I could film some stuff going on in those events and
please do
have a look at what we do, because I would be really keen to visit, especially other countries, just to see, because I love other cultures, other countries. The only thing, Warhammer with a language barrier, it's a hard enough game as it is, but when you're playing someone and you don't speak a common language, that can be difficult as well.
That's true.
But it'll be well worth doing. But to be honest with you, if I could get in my garden and get a game, I'd be happy at the moment. But that's it, that's what I'm hoping for in the future. So fingers crossed, I'll get to an Old Hammer event this year sometime.
You'll do, mate. Even if Bring Out Your Lead, I reckon just go to that, mate. Like if you got no other choice, just take Justin along to that, mate. Because you'll be just in heaven, because you'll have all the guys there playing every single edition of Warhammer. Epic Space Marine, you name it, 40k, everything. You can just jump into it. I'm sure they can just jump into an event if you don't have the miniatures for it or don't have anything planned. You can just jump into a game with some of the guys there. It looked like such a great event. I hope to get there one day, and then you can meet the stars of the show. You can meet Rick Priestley, and you can meet all the guys behind the games and that kind of thing. They come there along as well. So. And see all the miniatures in the cabinet from Brian Ansell's collection and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be awesome, mate. I envy you guys being so close.
It would be great. And it's been something we've been thinking about for a number of years. We just haven't got round to doing it. And I only suppose this year, and talking to yourself and being involved with the Crown and Command a bit, has sort of inspired me to go back. I'd never really thought about going back to 5th edition and things like that. But I've been really inspired by it, and hopefully the Lizard Men and the Dogs of War will be ready, and we can go all in, and we'll go for it and really enjoy it. And it's just nice, isn't it? It's just nice to do that. And I hope everybody thinks the same. I mean, I'm sure there's some people watching this, if there is anyone watching this, who will be sort of sitting around thinking, we're painting and wondering when the next going to get a game in. And just to have that hope on the horizon that it's going to happen. It's going to be there. We're going to play and we're going to go in big, and really enjoy it. And that's why I'm so looking forward to seeing what you do this week with your 4-player game, and just to see how that goes for you, and what the guys think of it. I mean, it might be worth having a chat with guys like this, and just recording their experiences, because there's a lot of people will be listening or watching and wanting to know what it was like to play those games again with those big armies at 4,000 points and taking a day to do it. Lovely, beautiful.
Yeah, but we'll hopefully, if we finish early enough, we might do a podcast with the guys when they're here. So it'll be like 4 of us talking about like a post game kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, see how time plays out on the day, and if it's available, then we can do that for, even if it's like for 30 minutes or something, or 25, 30 minutes or something. Would be quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, because it'd be nice to see at least one of the guys. John Joe, I haven't seen him for like 12 months, so it'd be like awesome to see him again.
Yeah.
And for all us to be playing again, it'd be brilliant. So I just can't wait. I'm actually making some terrain too. So tomorrow I'm just going to be like just doing, because tomorrow's my day off anyway. So I'll be like just really busy getting stuff ready, preparing for it, getting some terrain made up for it, getting some models painted up that I haven't painted up yet for it. So yeah, I'm a bit of a busy bee tomorrow, getting stuff ready and sorted out for the big day on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, mate. So I hope that everybody else can experience that very shortly too, wherever they are.
Great stuff. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the magazine released this week as well.
Yep.
So yeah, a big week for Crown Command, and everyone can look forward to that.
Mate, like, yeah, just in talking about the magazine, I think people are just going to be blown away by the quality. I mean, I was just like looking at the battle report that me and Marcel did, and wow, I mean, that looks so cool. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that this is actually happening. I had to pinch myself to think that this is our baby. This is thing that we've sort of done together, and it's now coming to fruition. And it just looks like something that you could easily pass off as being something out of a White Dwarf from the 90s. It's so close. So yeah, so I'm really, really proud that everybody's come together and we're doing this now, and it's going to come out. It's going to be reality, and it's going to be a constant thing, maybe every 2 months or 3 months, depending on our workloads. But yeah, we'll keep pushing these issues out with heaps of content, stuff people can use in their own games, lots of stuff that's contributed by the community. So we'll have like a Warhammer campaign in the first edition. So someone like Michael from Canada has put in like a Warhammer campaign system, so people could try that out in their future games of 4th or 5th edition. So yeah, look, there'll be 40k coverage, Epic Space Marine, Man of War. We'll cover all the systems, Blood Bowl, everything will be covered in that Hero Hammer magazine. So there's a lot of stuff to divulge and to look forward to in the future, mate, for sure.
And where can people get it?
Well, that's the thing. People have been asking about that, and that's basically going to be on Facebook, but we're going to find an external link. I think we will have some external website maybe set up for people to access it if they're not part of Facebook. And we're looking at options for people to print it out and bind it so they can have their own sort of hardback copy at home, which is something that I really want as well. As much as I like digital content, I want to actually have the physical thing in front of me so I can flip through the pages and that kind of thing, to have sort of it's part of the nostalgia thing, you know what I mean? Like looking through like an old White Dwarf. So yeah, we're looking at options for that as well. And we'll just see how it goes. So yeah, I think after the first issue, once we start ironing out a few bumps and things across the road, the future issues will run smoothly and people can access it a lot quicker and easily, and we'll have like a home base where people can get it easily from and download it and print it off if necessary. We're just trying to be careful of any legal issues that we might have with Games Workshop with their IP and that kind of thing. So we could be careful with that as well. But I think we should be okay. Yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, just be, at the end of the day, it's a fan-run thing, isn't it? So everyone can contribute to it. I'm sure there are people out there who can do art for you as well, and do things a little bit differently. And of course, you said it's going to be free of charge, isn't it, as well? Which is, so it's just something people can contribute and get involved in. And there's nothing bad can come of that. It's a community thing, and it's what people need right now. And it'll be really good. I'm really jealous of you, really. And yeah, it's good. Good.
Well, you're in it too, Owen. That's it. That your stories are in it too. So Owen's stories of his dwarf hero and character will be in the issues each month, hopefully. So whenever yourself can contribute, Owen. So we're gonna have contributors from everybody, from every part of the world will be in the magazine. We're gonna have heavy metal pages of showcasing miniatures of armies that people have painted up, which have been really nice. That we've sort of been in contact with people across the world, and just asking them to donate their images of their armies and that kind of thing. Interviews. We're going to have Kev Adams' interview in the first issue as well, because Kev has been nice enough to answer a few questions from myself about the Night Goblins. Brilliant. In 4th edition, so it'll be great. So yeah, each issue will have some kind of theme to it. I think the next one will be Skaven, to give a bit of heads up on the issue 2. So yeah, we're very busy at work planning battle reports, getting stuff, getting the content and getting the articles ready and that kind of thing. So, but it's been fun, man. It's been great. It's been a labor of love. It hasn't been sort of like hasn't been an issue with like, oh God, I have to do this for the magazine or anything like that. It's been really, really good. I've been really looking forward to it. It's been a huge motivator for us too, because, I'm thinking, well, okay, I need to plan out an article for like a Man of War campaign I'm running. So I need to make terrain. I need to make like a backdrop. I need to, do A, B, and C to get, the photographs ready and that kind of stuff. I need to write the article, that kind of thing. So it's been really good. It's been just a new avenue that I've never explored, for most of us have never explored before. So it's been a really good experience, if anything. So.
Good on you. And I know we're running on a bit now, but next week, if we meet up together as well, I can tell you part 3 of Van Tale.
Please.
Sort of the story, because I've got that. That's all.
I'm worried about him now. I'm worried about him with those bloody stone trolls.
So you should be. So if people tune in next time we meet, I will tell you the next edition of that, because I'm quite pleased with the way where that's going, and it should bring a bit more nostalgia back to people as well, and things they really enjoy. So yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, he's got a cannon, so I'm hopeful. He's got a cannon, so as long as he can reload that thing and bloody fire it and hit something with it, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
and it doesn't explode. Yeah,
it's hanging on a deep underground, so he's not positioned it that well, is he? But yeah, I'm sure Vander will surprise us all with what he's going to do anyway, and we'll go with that. So I think that's us. That's about time, I think, Josh, isn't it? I think we're have we run sort of to time?
Oh, I have no idea what time it is, mate. So it's just been really nice to talk to you, mate. So I don't care how long we talk for, mate. Yeah, any time, as much time as you want, as much time as you have. Great. Okay.
So. No, well, I'll really look forward to. You've got a big week coming up. You've got a lot of good stuff happening. Let's get together next week and really talk about how all that went, and then I'll tell you the next day as well. And fingers crossed, maybe the magazine will be out as well, and we'll be able to talk about some feedback you've had from that, maybe from the community, and we'll see exactly where that's going. And yeah, there'll be a lot to talk about, and people should really enjoy it. So stay safe. Strap yourself in case when more is
yeah.
That's right.
It's like my own attraction, really, isn't it? It's like being like Disneyland, but I don't have to go anywhere.
That's right. Yeah. Well, if you remember the old Batman TV series where the villains were like this,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The sets are on an angle, perhaps, something like that. Next time, fingers crossed. But no, I love to. That's great. I hope you're all okay anyway, and I'll speak to you in a week's time, and we'll go from there. Is that good?
Definitely, Owen. I'd love to hear from you, mate, in a week's time. So look forward to that, mate. Okay, take care of yourself and your family, and everybody out there in the UK, and we'll talk to you soon, mate.
Yeah, no star. Enjoy, and all the best, everybody.
Okay, take care. Bye bye.